Hi, my name's Adam Askew and I work for Oxfam. I'm here today at the launch of the 21st Century Aid Report. The Secretary of State, Andrew Mitchell's just getting ready to answer the activist questions and we're all looking forward to hearing the responses. So wait in here and we'll be with you in a second. If we can just pop you just there. So these questions are from a range of different activists and scouts, and we've been running a short kind of thing from Twitter and from things. So this one's first from Matthew Payton, who's a scout. Following the events in Gaza Strip this week, it's once again highlighted the importance of international aid. How will the potential cuts in our country's spending specifically affect overseas aid development, and what do the government feel about international aid?
Well, the position in Gaza is truly a terrible one. And we are supporting, through a number of mechanisms, people in desperate conditions there, desperate humanitarian conditions. In respect of our aid budget, we are committed not to its reduction, but to increasing it till we reach 0.7% of our gross national income by 2013. And that was in our manifestos at the election, and it's in the coalition joint government. So although we will reprioritise some of the spending within our aid budget, our commitment is not to balance the books on the backs of the poorest in the world, but actually to reconfirm our commitment and promises to them at this very difficult economic time.
Why has DFID announced cuts in the development awareness funding in the UK? Surely this will detach individuals, particularly the younger generations, from the issues behind the reasons for aid and development.
Well, there is an important link between the development awareness in Britain and progress on our development goals. But having looked at the number of the specific projects funded by the Development Awareness Fund, I decided that some of them were not a good use of money, and that's why we've put a stop on quite a lot of the projects from that fund.
Brilliant, thank you. And this is from Diane Porter in Manchester. Does the Secretary of State not agree that it is morally indefensible to allow so many people to live in poverty when bankers get paid such big bonuses? What will the Secretary of State be asking his colleagues to do to address the bonus culture and rewarding this failure?
Well, George Osborne, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, has announced that he's going to look at the issue of bank bonuses, and I think he will be coming forward quite soon with proposals in that respect.
Excellent. And the final question's from Anna Smart, who's in your constituency in Birmingham. Do you agree with Oxfam that a Robin Hood tax would be a good way to fund adaptation in poor countries in addition to overseas aid?
Well, we are very clear about the critical effect of climate change on some of the poorest people in the world. I've seen it, for example, in Darfur, where the changing seasons have made food cultivation incredibly difficult. And also I've seen it in Bangladesh, where a rise in the water level of that much will wipe out hundreds of thousands of homes. So we're in no doubt at all that climate change hits the poorest people first and hardest. We made it very clear in the run-up to the Copenhagen summit that we wanted to find new international mechanisms for raising funding for climate change. And over the coming months, our efforts to try and achieve that will be undimmed.
Brilliant. And the final question is from Ukana Banda, who's from our Oxfam Youth Board. It is understandable that in the current economic climate, the government wants to spend money wisely, but what isn't so clear is why there is a preference for Commonwealth countries. I mean, surely aid should be directed to the countries that need it the most, rather than those affiliated with the UK.
Well, the Commonwealth is an organisation with which obviously Britain has the deepest possible links. And we want to do more with the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth is not only a North-South organisation, but also a South-South organisation. And I think we can do more to promote development and democracy with the Commonwealth. So we're not saying that our aid efforts will be directed in any way exclusively towards Commonwealth countries, but we want to focus on this organisation which has so much brilliant potential. And as part of our review of all the countries to which Britain is giving support for development, we'll be looking at the role of the Commonwealth too.
Thank you, Secretary of State. Our supporters will be very grateful.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.